Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm ChimereNicole if you're new here, and this is video number 2 in our series of starting and revamping your YouTube channel. In video number 1, which I will have on the screen and also in the video description, I walked you through everything that you would need in order to prepare you to start to create your first YouTube video. So I would recommend, if you haven't done so already, to go back to that video, because that video includes some homework and it is essential in order for you to have a strong foundation here on YouTube. So video number 1 is very important. If you already done your homework from video number 1, today is video number 2 in our series, and we're going to jump right in. So in video number 1, we talked about a few things, and as I said, I gave you guys homework. Some of the things we talked about in video number 1 are picking your niche, understanding what evergreen content is, managing expectations, also what it means to be productive as well as consistent, and how all of this in return is going to help you create assets that are income producing. So if you've done your homework from video number 2, these are all of the things that you should have readily available in order for us to get started on today's video. You should have your video topic, your thumbnail design, including the keywords you want to use in your thumbnail, your video value proposition, and you will also know if your content is evergreen approved. So again, if you don't have any of that information, please make sure you go to video number 1. I'm going to explain to you exactly how to get all of that information prepared so that we can jump into today's video, which is going to be creating your video script. So one of the things that I want to discuss with you guys that relates to creating your video script is the importance of creating a script. Your script is going to include the following things. It's going to have your video intro. It's going to have, of course, your valuable content. And at the end of the video, it's going to have a call to action. That means what you want your audience to do as it relates to that content. This is why creating a video script or video outline is going to be so important, because it's going to help you as the content creator make sure that all of the valuable content that you have to give to your audience is being relayed in a way that they can understand it. In addition to my personal favorite, when you go to edit your content, it makes it so much easier for you to streamline, or you're just talking for a very long time and it doesn't make a difference to your audience. It helps you to kind of cut out, as I say, cut out the fat. This means you're able to serve your audience the meat and potatoes of the meal. They're able to digest it and spit out the bones, everything that they do not need. So in video 1, or week 1 of this series, I gave you guys some instructions on how we're going to find our niche and some homework that you would do in order to prepare you for this video. And this is where that homework comes into place. So you are going to be taking 2 video concepts within your niche, and we're going to be writing scripts for those videos. You're going to go to your list, take the top 2 that you really want to make videos on, and you're going to outline your script. So this is going to be the opportunity for you to get all of your related links, anything that is going to be pertinent to that content, get all of that information, and we are going to create a video outline so that you know where exactly all of your resources are going to fit within your video, how you're going to start the video, all of the content is going to go in the middle of the video, and then again, as we said earlier, the call to action at the end of the video. I highly recommend, again, at this time, you are taking all of your resources. That means if you're using affiliate links, if you're going to be linking to a blog post or a website, if you're going to be linking to whatever product or service you're talking about, make sure that all of those links, make sure that the names of those products, every detail that you need for your video is going to be outlined in your video script. So get as detailed as humanly possible, because it's going to help your audience be able to digest your content and really understand what the subject matter is about. Remember, we are going to be creating 2 video scripts. So the first video that you are going to be utilizing, I want that to be almost as if it is your main topic of your channel. So again, this series is about starting a YouTube channel as well as revamping a channel. Now at this time, I am going to show you how I personally sit down and I go through everything that I do when I create a video script. Now, it's not anything fancy. I literally just I have a notebook, or I have my cell phone sometimes if I'm on the go and I kind of have a video idea. But for the most part, I just go into Google Docs, which I'm actually going to do while we are recording this video so you guys can actually see in real time what it is that I do. Okay, so basically we are going to open up Google Docs. If you have Microsoft Word or anything like that, that works too. You just want a clean piece of paper and making sure that whatever website you're using is easily accessible to you. So I am going to actually show you, let's do a new one. So let's go to blank. Okay, so we have an untitled document. Let's just put in YouTube video topics. Okay, I'm going to keep it cute. Again, this process does not have to be tedious. It's really just an outline. So when you're starting a YouTube video, of course you want to have your intro. And I talked to you guys in a previous video about what your intro needs to include. So it needs to be the first 15 or 30 seconds that is going to grab your audience attention. So depending on what your topic is, you really want your intro to give them a small snippet of what they're going to see in the video in a way that's going to make them want to remain on your channel. So for me, I might start with a really bold statement. Let's just talk about, I'll even use something that's more controversial. Let's just say, can we have another black president? Okay, now clearly I am not a political channel, but if I was a political channel and I went to make a video about this, if the first thing you hear me say when you click on that video is, can we have another president? You're gonna be like, either yes or no, because it's going to pull on your heartstrings. It's going to really make you think about your own personal opinions. And then also you really just may want to hear my opinion or my stance on the topic. So something like that is going to really grab your audience attention. So you really want to think about what it is you want to say. So can we have another black president? I think not, because our former black president wasn't successful. So okay, so for me, when I do this, I like to highlight this because I think it makes it easier for me to read when I'm doing it. And basically I'm kind of making like my own personal teleprompter, if that makes any sense, because you can remember your video scripts. You can always look at these when you're actually filming. You can have it on the iPad, you can have your computer on your laptop like I currently have, and you're able to kind of look at this and reference your video as you're recording. So that's my intro. I know exactly what it is I want to say when I really start the video, and then from here I will say, after my video, welcome to Black Opinions. I'm ChimereNicole, blah 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 blah, right? So I clearly have been doing YouTube for a while, so I know exactly what my intro was going to be. But if you are new to YouTube, you really want to think about what it is you want to say when you introduce yourself. As you make these videos, believe me, it's going to be like doing it in your sleep. But if you're new or you're trying to revamp, you really want to think about what it is you're going to be saying in those first, again, 15 to 30 seconds of your video, because you want to utilize this time wisely and grab their attention. So I would say, welcome to Black Politics. I'm ChimereNicole, and this is the channel that gives you, I don't know, straight facts, no chaser, right? That might be my tagline. So welcome to Black Opinions. I'm ChimereNicole, and this is the channel where I give you straight facts, no chaser. See how simple that was? At this point, I would personally think about all of the things that I want to outline in this video. So let's go to, in this video, we will discuss, and then I like to bullet point stuff. So I would go and make some bullet points. Blacks in politics. Remember, our topic is, can we have another black president? Why I believe we can not have another black president. So this is basically all of my content pillars for my video. This is the information that they are going to I have to make sure that I talk about all three of these points concisely within my video to add value, to give my opinion, to inform, entertain. Remember, we have 3 pillars when we make our content. These are going to be our 3 discussion points. So for me, again, when I am reading, I like to be able to highlight or use different colors because those are the things that my eyes are going to naturally kind of look at while I'm looking at my video script, and I know these are important things within my video. So I just like to put some color on the page. And so from there, what is going to be my call to action? It may be I want them to do a few things. Visit my political blog, follow my social media, and then to download my free, there we go. My call to action in this video are going to be these 3 things. It's going to be, I want them to visit my political blog. I really want to get that traffic from YouTube to another source. If you're selling something, this is where you put those affiliate links in. If you're talking about a particular product or service in that video, you want to make sure that you're linking it in your video description, but you're also telling them in your video what it is they need to do to get more information. So that will be, again, for this example, to visit our political blog, follow my social media accounts, and then to download a free politics newsletter that I may have available. Most of the bulk of your time when you're creating your video scripts is really going to be in this area here, where we will say, in this video we will be discussing blacks in politics, why racism is a thing, and why I believe we can not have another black president or something like that, right? So what I like to do is, after that, I go to the bottom of my page and I will then take those 3 bullet points that I just showed you guys in this video, and I will do blacks, and I'll highlight it, and then I will do a heading. Oops. And then from here, I am going to think about all of the content or information that I think is valuable to my audience, and I'm going to kind of write it all here. So there you go. And then the second point would be why racism is a thing. Literally, I'm doing the same exact thing for all of my subtopics within this video. And again, I like to bullet point, especially when I'm kind of creating notes, so that it's easy for me to kind of grab those pieces of information when I write it. Now, I also believe I don't want to write out every single thing that I'm going to say. I really like to use these bullet points, again, because it really makes it easy for me to look at the word or look at the subject matter and say, okay, I know I want to talk about this. So I'm going to give you that example here where it says, I kind of made some gibberish here. So let's just say I actually use a topic, how segregation fueled politics, right? So I would then, while I'm creating the video or recording the video, I would look at these bullet points and say, okay, I want to make sure I talk about this, 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 and this in this part of the video. And so I would say, okay, topic number 1 is, well, topic number 4 on this example is how segregation fueled politics. I will talk about that for whatever amount of time I deem fit that will give the audience value to reinforce that point. Of course, why racism is still a thing. So as soon as I reinforce that point, I move on. I don't want to talk about these things for too long because you don't want the video to be too long, but you just want to reinforce that subheading that you have within your content. So I will do, again, the same exact thing for our previous bullet point of why I believe we cannot have a black president. So after that, I will go down, why I believe, okay, doing the same exact thing, subheading, and then putting those bullet points in again. Okay, so now that we've included all of our content in our video, we now want to get them to the call to action portion of the video. So the call to action is essentially what it is we want them to do after they have digested all of this valuable content. Either, again, they're entertained, they're informed, they're engaged, whatever it is, we want them to now take this information and do something with it, okay? So in this example, we are talking about politics. but this can also be applied to any other niche that we have. So maybe your niche may be beauty, fashion, lifestyle. You're talking about makeup, for instance, and you're talking about a new product, and why you like this product or why you think that someone should have this product. You want to then, and your call to action, let them know where they can find the product, link the product in your video description. If you have an affiliate link for that product, this is where you will put that, or tell them, I have the product linked below. I have an affiliate link. You can save some money. Visit the link in my bio to get 10% off. That is a call to action. You're telling them, I want you to go to the video description. I want you to click on the link in the video description. And when you do that, what is the value? The value is they're saving money off by utilizing that link. This is why having your call to action and having it mapped out in your video script is important, because I'm going to tell you from personal experience, when you are filming and you have gone through all of that content, sometimes you're going to forget some things, but having it written out and knowing, I'm giving you guys this information because I want you to either learn, or I'm giving you this information because I want you to purchase, or I'm giving you this information because it's something that I enjoy and I want to share it with you guys. If you know your why, it makes it easier for you to explain your why to your audience so that they get the value of the information that you're sharing. So again, in our example, the call to action was, you want your viewers, what do you want your viewers to do? Why should they do this, and what is the benefit? So that is what you need to have in your call to action. After that, you're just going to do your video outro. Your video outro, you're going to be saying all of these things, basically thanking them for watching, thanking them for sticking around, telling them to, of course, subscribe to the channel, or like the video, whatever it is that you want them to do, and then also letting them know that you will have a new video coming at whatever time you have scheduled your content for your channel, but you want to tell them when the new content is going to be available. So for me in this channel, it's Sunday at 11 a.m. So it would be, come back here next Sunday at 11 a.m. for a new video. I'm going to be doing this all at the end of this video so you'll get a better example. But this is what you're going to be doing at the end of your video. Thanking them for watching, all their call to action, and then telling them that there's going to be new content available next week. As I stated earlier in this video, you're going to be creating 2 video scripts. This was your first one, and as soon as you have this video script available, the second video should be within your same niche. It should kind of piggyback off of this video in some way, and I think this is really good because YouTube is going to recommend your videos if they are related to each other. So let's just say someone is watching YouTube and they're trying to find videos about black presidents, and they come across this video. If you have another video that is within the same topic or talking about the same subject, YouTube is more likely to share that same video from the same creator because they know that you are already watching that creator. So you have something that is similar, it's more likely to be promoted to that audience. So if the topic of this video was why I believe we won't have another black president, it could be the second video that will be subsequent to this one could be why our first black president failed in office. Something along those lines. Something along that line to just get that same audience over to your next video. And so this is why having a list of subject matters within your niche or topic ideas within your niche and having those readily available are going to help. And this is where I also want to talk about the importance of having your video scripts. Sometimes when you are writing down video ideas and you have this long list, and then you may run out. Depending on what your niche is, it may not be a lot of topics within that niche, but when you have those video scripts and you have those outlines available, a lot of times you can go back to your previous video scripts and go through those bullet points and find new content pillars and find new video topics within scripts that you've already written. I've done this plenty of times, trying to figure out what it is I want to talk about, and then realizing that there are some bullet points that I've already written out that I want to talk about more in detail. So your video outlines are very, very important. So now that we got the video scripts written down, the one thing that you are going to have to do is make sure that you practice that video script. This is your time to practice and work out the kinks. If you can turn on your camera or use your cell phone, whatever you're using to record, Start to do that, and then you can kind of always go back and replay it to see, I didn't like the way that sound or the way that that flowed. Maybe I would have taken this piece of information and put it in another section of the video. This is how you kind of practice and figure out what your flow is. This is going to help you cut out a lot of the information and the things in your videos that you may not like, or content that you don't think is valuable. So the second portion of this video, we're going to be talking about our filming setup. Okay, now this is going to vary depending on what type of videos you would like to create. If you're doing vlogs and things like that, of course, whatever natural setting you're in, that is going to be indicative of how that video turns out. But if you're doing sit down videos like I am, I promise you, when you are getting started, it does not have to be fancy. I can actually, if I wanted to turn this camera around right now and show you all of the video equipment that I have purchased over the years. Actually, I am going to show you. Let's look. Can you guys see that? That is some of the video equipment that I purchased over the years that I actually don't even use too often anymore. You don't have to go out and do all this investing on lights and fancy cameras and studio setups and backdrops and, you know, softbox lighting and all of that. I literally have all of that, and I'm going to tell you what I'm using. I currently have my vlog camera on a tripod that I got from Amazon, and sometimes I like to use natural light, but unfortunately sometimes, you know, the light just ain't loyal to me in my office. So in the meantime, if I want to do something kind of fast and quick and I want to make sure that I have steady flow of light, I will use this. I will actually hook this up to my camera, and this will be my main lighting source. Today I have natural sunlight, and I honestly prefer natural lighting over anything artificial. It's free. It is going to give you the best lighting, and it is just, it does wonders for the camera lens. But I am going to show you how this looks when I turn this on, so you guys can get an idea. And when you see how much this costs, you're going to be like, are you serious? Do you see the difference in my video? That cost me about $25. I got it off Amazon, and this is also really good if maybe it's raining outside or it's snowing outside or the weather's just not great and I want to film but I don't have that sunlight. I literally can just pop that on my camera or on my tripod and it works. So I'm actually going to leave that on right now because I feel like I look cute. Leave that on for a little bit, but you can see the difference. It does not take all of this equipment that people want you to buy. Like, it's not necessary. When you're starting your YouTube channel off, less is more until you're able to really utilize the equipment that you have. So I am going to list all of the things that I did purchase, and of course this light as well. And you can also see the camera that I'm currently using. It is under $500 if you're in the market to invest, but you don't have to do that, guys. You can use your cell phone. I promise you it works. I will have all of the current equipment that I have listed in the video description, but really all you need is a camera. It can be an actual camera or your phone, maybe a lighting source like the one I just showed you. It's portable and you can get started. Don't think that it takes so much money to invest to start your YouTube channel. It doesn't. Use what you have to get what you want. Yeah. So now that we've got through our video script and our basic filming and lighting setup, I'm going to talk to you about our action plan or our homework for week 2, because we are going to be filming next week. So prepare yourself, guys. We're going to jump right in. So we have gone through our video script, and we've gone through a basic lighting and film setup. As I said, less is more. So now this is going to be your green light for you to create your first YouTube video. If you're already accustomed to creating YouTube videos, then you're just going to make sure that you utilize all of the tips and strategies that we have previously discussed. That means making sure that your video has one of the 3 pillars. If you can put all 3 in, that will be fine. Our 3 pillars are to inform, entertain, or to educate. Your video should be doing one of the 3. If possible, all 3, but we have to make sure that all of our videos moving forward have one of those pillars. So this is going to be your first video, and we don't want you to make this video and put it live. We just want you to sit down, get a feel for what it takes to actually record a video, being able to utilize the video outline, and we're going to start to learn to edit that video. Now, editing is not one of my strong suits in terms of teaching. I can do it myself, but I have tons of resources here on the platform that I personally utilize to help me get some tips and tricks. But this is going to be your week of creating the first video as well as learning your video editing software. So I want you to research this all week. Depending on what video software editing system you're using, you can take this week to really research tips and tricks to make your editing better, to make it more fast and efficient, and also just to kind of get your feet wet in terms of editing a video in its entirety. And then again, you'll see how creating that video script is going to make this so much easier for you. Let's talk about some of our best practices for getting this video done. Remember, we created this week 2 video scripts. So because you have 2 video scripts, that means that you can do what? Create 2 videos. This is going to go into one of our best practices, and that is to batch your content. When you sit down to create a YouTube video, it does not mean that you only have to create one video. You can create multiple videos in that one filming session, and this is what we call batching content, working smarter and not harder, especially if you're trying to utilize the natural light on a nice sunny day like I am. I'm going to be recording more than one video today so that when it's time for me to sit down and edit, I have more than enough content to have readily available to schedule and have on YouTube to go live at whatever time I deem fit for my content schedule. Again, in the video description, I'm going to post my Amazon storefront, and that is where you're going to find the tripod that I use. You're going to find the current camera that I use. That light I showed you earlier, you're going to find that as well. So make sure that you also, if you're anything that you need, remember, only if you need it, make sure that you head over to my Amazon storefront and research everything that I'm using to see if it can be feasible for you. But there are a few things that you are going to need. You're going to need an external hard drive. That is where you're going to be placing all of your video footage. You don't want to keep it on your camera, and you don't want to keep it on your computer. You want to have an external hard drive so that if you ever want to repurpose this content or take some content from one video to put it into a next, you have all of that in one place that you can always find it. I promise you, it's going to save you so much time. It's also going to save your computers, because I've gone through more than enough computers downloading all of these videos and not running out of storage. So an external hard drive, some extra memory cards for your cameras if you're using a camera, and some extra batteries for maybe your light, or even a microphone if you think that that's something that you need. All of that will be in my Amazon storefront. That is going to complete our video number 2 in our series of starting and revamping your YouTube channel this year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that the value that I provided you in this video is going to be helpful on your YouTube journey. As always, if you guys have any specific questions or there's something that you need a little bit of help with, make sure you leave that in the comment section. But everything that I talked about in reference will be in the video description. That means the links, products, and also anything that is going to help you on your YouTube journey will be placed in the video description. So make sure you head over there and check out all of those links. As always, I will be here next week on Sunday at 11 a.m. with a new video in our series. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you guys soon.